Most people think that retirement planning is just about savings and Social Security. But here's the part that nobody wants to talk about. You know, the direction that our country is headed. It's going to affect our health care, our taxes, inflation, and really just how long our money's going to last. And let me tell you right off the bat, this is not a political channel. Although I am in the political field, I'm an elected official, but I'm not here to talk politics. I'm here to discuss reality and try to figure out what I'm going to do when I get ready to retire. You know, you don't have to be political to be prepared. And in this video, I'm going to give you some real life areas that can impact people over 60 like myself, turning 60 this year. And I'm gonna share why I personally plan to work longer, even though I already have a pension. And could I retire earlier? Maybe. But I want to be sure, I want to be ready for the future. So listen, my name is Charles and I'm glad that you're here. If you're new to my channel, thank you for joining me today. I want to talk to you today about what I plan on doing in my future, but I also want to talk to you about some things that we need to be prepared for in the future, for whenever we do retire. You know, one thing that we need to think about is, you know, it don't matter who's in office. It don't matter who's controlling Congress or the Senate. What matters is am I going to be able to live a good, healthy, financial retirement without worrying and, you know, just constantly thinking about, am I going to be able to make it? Am I going to be able to pay my bills this month? So maybe right now I can look at that and say yes, but you know what? I'm fixing to be 60 years old, so I'm looking at hopefully another 30 years. Probably not going to happen, but that's what I'm hoping for, and I've got to be ready. Now with my pension, when I retire, yes, I will continue getting the same thing every month when I retire, plus my whatever I get from my Social Security, hopefully $2,000 or $3,000 a month. And no, I don't think that Social Security is going anywhere. Do I think that changes are going to be taking place with Social Security? Yes. That's a big possibility and a big probability. We just don't know. So while I can retire soon if I want to, I just don't know that I'm ready to pull the trigger on it. Because listen, I have a good job. I am an elected official. I'll be running this time here in March unopposed. So technically, I'm guaranteed another 5 years on my job. The rest of this year plus 4 more, because I don't have an opponent. And, you know, we have to stop and think about things before we take action on them. And one thing is our retirement. You know, we have to face the reality that health care is very scary. Health care it goes up, you know, every year or so. I'm very fortunate in my job that the county pays for my insurance. They pay 100% of my insurance. And I do see every year where the insurance goes up, maybe $50 or so dollars, my part or the county's part that they're paying for me. and it goes up every year. I don't have to worry about that right now, but it's going up every year. And whenever I retire, my pension, that money is going to stop growing, and I'm going to start getting paid off of that pension. And it should be pretty good, but if I don't plan and prepare for the future of health care and the future of Social Security and the just inflation, prepare for inflation, because you know it's all going up. And in another 10 to 20 years, where is it going to be at? What are we going to be facing in another 10 or 20 years? Like I said, I don't believe that Social Security is going anywhere, but it's going to be changing. And depending on who's in office, what their ideas are, what their philosophies are, and how they feel things should be run, that's the changes that's going to be made according to who's in Congress, who's in the Senate, and who's in the White House. That's where the changes are going to come. In 10 to 20 years, you can better believe it. Prices are going up. Fuel's going to go up. Listen, I was doing a little research the other day about spending, government spending. And do you know that I think it was 20 years ago the government was spending at like 2-point-something trillion every year. And today we're spending like 7.5 trillion every year. So everything goes up. Bills have to be paid. You know, government bills have to be paid. And we have to be able to pay our bills. And if you're not careful and you decide that you want to retire before it's really time, where you really should wait. You know, I do a lot of searching on YouTube. I look at a lot of channels. I follow a lot of retirement, and because I want to be prepared. Everybody's got their own ideas though. Everybody talks different talk about retirement and when to be ready. And retirement is different for everybody. Retirement is different for me, and it's different for you. We're all unique in our own ways, in our own habits, spending habits. What may be less for me may be more for you. So the thing about it is before you decide to retire, you want to sit down, you want to calculate the bills that you know for a fact that you're going to be paying out every month. And you need to figure out what your retirement income is going to be with your pension, your 401k, Social Security, or any other assets that you have, and make sure that you're going to have more. And I'm not talking about $10 or $20 more. I'm talking about a few $100s a month more, maybe more than that, put back, just to allow for inflation, just to allow for, you know, gas prices and medications and health insurance, because, you know, Medicare, it don't cover everything. You're going to have that supplement, and that supplement may go up, and probably will every year. So, and your pension's not going up. It's going to stay the same unless you have the COLA that's associated with your pension. And unfortunately, I don't have COLA. I don't have a cost of living raise every every year when I retire with my pension. It's going to be flat. Whatever I put in it and the county pays their portion, that's what I'm going to get. So listen, the idea and the thought of this video is just to make you realize and think about your future. How are you going to make it whenever you retire? How am I going to make it? I care about me. I want to be able to pay my bills, and I really want to be able to travel just a little bit. But you know what? On the salary that I make now, mine and Michelle's, we do a little traveling every year. But will we be able to do that whenever we retire? Because inflation. Anyway, if this video helped you today, if it made you think a little bit about, are you ready to retire? Or what's it going to take for you to retire? And are you going to be able to account for inflation in your retirement? Drop me a comment in the comments below and just let me know what your thoughts are on this and how you feel about the future of our retirement and just being able to make it in retirement. Let me know how you're making it, and if things are working out for you since you've been retired, so that I'll know. I want to be prepared myself, and I'm putting this video out to help someone else prepare for their retirement and prepare for life after 60 years old. Because listen, at 60 years old, whether we like it or not, we're on the downslope of this thing, and we want to be able to enjoy life after 60 without all the worry and stress. Like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. You don't want to miss any of our content. Like and subscribe and ring the bell. Thank y'all for joining me today, and I'll see y'all in that next video.